Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now, I know it's been a long time, but I had to get on here and talk about this newest update. It's been about at least almost 2 years since I have been trying to make regular videos for you guys. And oh my goodness, so much has changed in 2 years with the organization alone, right? These governing nobodies stay making up stuff. Like, is Jehovah having a mental breakdown here? What is happening? So on the newest governing body update, they are now saying that it is a conscience matter on whether or not you choose to go to college and receive a higher education. After all this time, are you kidding me? Let's check some of these clips out.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our program. Today, we're going to talk about secular education. Are you interested? Good.
Look at him, look at him. He like, ooh, they gonna love this. This is sickening. We shouldn't have to revisit something that y'all already told people not to do. And now you want to give them a different answer. The hell? The helly? The helly?
But first, here are a few updates.
Let's skip to the good part.
Now, for the rest of our update, we're going to talk about secular education. And we'll be speaking primarily to young ones and their parents, although we all can benefit from this information. Many young people are asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? Of course, the best career is a life in full-time service. Even so, full-time servants need to support themselves financially. In some places, it's possible to earn a decent living without getting further education. In other lands, additional education is required if you hope to find employment that has reasonable hours and that pays fairly well.
I think that's been the case, that, you do need a little something extra to make more money in America, Yet Jehovah's Witnesses have been discouraged for decades to not seek higher education, to not have that financial stability that having extra education, higher education, a lot of times provides.
In such cases, a brother or sister may wonder, should I get additional education? If so, what type? Now, what do we mean by additional education? This refers to any secular education or training beyond the basic education provided by the government. It includes courses offered by universities, colleges, apprenticeships, trade schools, technical schools, vocational training, short courses, and continuing education. Is it appropriate for Christians to pursue additional education? With this update, we'd like to clarify our understanding. While there are dangers involved in pursuing certain forms of education, basically, whether to obtain additional education or not is a matter for personal decision. Personal decision.
Look at this. Look at this face of guilt. I had to just slow it down because you have to just look at this face. Yeah, you should feel bad. You should feel sorrow. Look at that mouth. And he ain't clarifying nothing. They straight up changing it. Oops. All the lives we ruined, telling them no school for all these decades. Ooh, it wasn't your fault, huh, David Splane? You up here splaining stuff. Y'all up here cherry picking scriptures to fit your new doctrine. But it won't fly because we remember what y'all said in the beginning, okay? So here we have a page out of their Awake magazines from 1969, May 22nd, okay? And they're saying, what future for the young? And down here on the left page, it reads, if you are a young person, you also need to face the fact that you will never grow old in the present system of things. Why not? Because all the evidence in fulfillment of Bible prophecy indicates that this corrupt system is due to end in a few years. Of the generation that observed the beginning of the last days in 1914, Jesus foretold, this generation will by no means pass away until all these things occur. Therefore, as a young person, you will never fulfill any career that this system offers. If you are in high school and thinking about college education, it means at least 4, perhaps even 6 or 8 more years to graduate into a specialized career. But where will this system of things be by that time? It will be well on the way towards its finish, if not actually gone. And this was the tone for decades, that this world was about to end, so there was no need for higher education. They literally have a history of encouraging people to live below their means, to settle for being a window washer, a custodial worker, and nothing against those jobs, but they do not require any higher education. The fear-mongering. It's terrible to have to grow up under that type of influence. People telling you that you might not even make it to high school because this world is going to end. That's what they made us think growing up, that we were not going to become adults. We were not going to grow up and have families. And many of us are growing up. We have families. We're getting older. And they lied. They lied. And this isn't an apology video. They already told us they weren't going to apologize. And it's not right, Watchtower. Like, who do you think you are that you really get to cherry pick scriptures to fit your current doctrines? And it's going to be okay with us. You're nobody. You're the governing nobodies because you ain't governing a goddamn thing. You do not speak for God. God never said any of this. God never put any of these rules in place. This is Watchtower's doing. This is Watchtower single-handedly ruining people's lives, making people's quality of life low because they're encouraging them to become nothing much in life, just servants of their organization, slaves for their organization. Just a couple of years ago, I did a video about Mark, one of the other governing body members, saying that don't turn down that scholarship and come work full time service at Bethel, slave for Bethel. Absolutely not. Check this clip out. I still have it.
To turn down that scholarship, to give up university and go directly into the full-time service.
Perhaps not. And again, this isn't an apology video here. This isn't we were wrong about Armageddon coming video here. You know, this isn't, let me give y'all some of this money that we got to help y'all now. Let's set something up for you because, we messed a lot of y'all up pretty bad there by encouraging you not to go to college. And so many people listen to them because, again, they're telling people that they speak for God. Okay? So they're thinking that God don't want me to go to college. God want me to just serve him in his organization, going out in field service, pioneering, turning in time, which you don't even have to do anymore. Okay? That's what God want me to do. This system is about to end. We won't be here for much longer. But now here it is, decades and decades and decades later. Some people don't even have a proper retirement plan from their jobs and careers. And it's your fault, Watchtower. And you never take any accountability. You never apologize. Even when you change your blood doctrine and said that now it's okay to take blood parts. But when all those people died listening to your doctrine, thinking that they shouldn't take blood even to save their life, they died instead of taking a life-saving blood transfusion. Or part. And it's your fault. You are guilty. That's a murderous. This is blasphemy. This is so blasphemous against God. He didn't say any of this, and you just changing stuff around. But one of the things my Jehovah's Witness mom always used to love to tell me is Jehovah's laws don't change. It seems like these days they just stay changing, don't they? In fact, looking at the history of the organization, things have always changed. Doctrine has always changed. And it is the whistleblowers, thank goodness for them, that continues to bring these things out. Jehovah's Witnesses, please wake up. Stop letting them play with your mind, flip-flopping doctrine right in front of your face, and you just going along with it, thinking that it's from God. Wake up.
At Galatians 6:5, the Bible says, "For each one will carry his own load of responsibility." So, each adult must make his or her own decision on whether to obtain additional education. Parents are also responsible for decisions regarding their child's education, and their guidance can prepare their child to make wise decisions regarding education once he's an adult. How can we make good decisions when considering additional education? Each adult Christian, and in the case of minor children, each family head, should prayerfully consider Bible principles and the unique factors involved with a certain educational program before making the decision. And while an elder or a mature friend may discuss with us the pros and cons about obtaining additional education, no Christian, including the elders, should judge a fellow Christian's personal decision on this matter.
Watchtower, the governing nobodies, the elders, none of them should be making decisions in adults, grown adults, anybody's household. Make your own decisions, okay? Concerning your education, concerning your children, if they commit a sin or do something wrong, you do not need to be going to the elders telling them. That is not any of their business for them to be wagging their fingers, kicking them out of the congregation. Don't allow that to happen. These elders, the watchtower, the governing nobodies, that's exactly who they are. They are nobody. They're not running a goddamn thing. And don't let them run you. Run your own household. They have to come back and tell you that that's a personal decision when you should have already known. We should have already known. But that's what indoctrination does, though. It makes you think exactly what they want you to think. But it's time to wake up. It's time to make our own decisions. Yes, it's time to make wise decisions, okay? I'm not going to say much more about this right now. I don't want to make this video too long, but I miss you guys. Make sure you like this video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and I will be back. All right? It's Felice, totally awake. Bye.